training was designed to equip teachers from various state and private educational institutions with the necessary skill and knowledge to address disasters and emergencies in educational settings. And this program saw a total of 46 participants, 20 teachers from government schools and 26 teachers from private schools and other non-governmental organizations. And the main objectives of this training was to enhance preparedness for educational continuity during disasters, promoting child-friendly spaces at disaster scenarios. A very important thing is that most of the time what we believe about safety is only the physical safety. And if you do a random survey, whenever you talk about safety, we think of the roof, we think of the walls, we think of the physical settings. But when we talk about school safety, it talks about the safe spaces also. Do we have the safe spaces where a child also feels free to share any concerns with the teachers, with the mentors? So I believe that the takeaway of this training would be also that how important it is to think of the psychological dimensions of safety also, the social dimensions of safety also. And I believe that the educators and teachers play a very important role. I believe that like we teach in university, but I believe that you are in a more tough role. Your roles are like very, very difficult because you have to deal with those young minds, with the young buds, and particularly the challenging time period which we are right now facing. The kids are not the kids which we were, or the generation is entirely different. So thank you very much for being here.
First time I could see that we have gone to the grassroots level. That's to the schools, where in fact we have to give a knowledge to the young kids as well as to different students about the different types of disasters. See, we were talking about the earthquakes. Earthquake is not only the disaster. There are different disasters. And when we talk about the disasters usually we talk about two types. One is a natural, another one is a man-made. Natural are very, we cannot fight with the nature. But of course with the present day-to-day technology, things have come to the pipeline now, things have come to the line of action where we can restrict even the disasters at the natural level. But then there are man-made disasters. So where we have a command in our hand. But the thing is that we don't know exactly the things. Since I am actually a student of physics, so in physics we talk about the radiation. Radiation is the biggest disaster. We know. And when we talk about the radiations are of two types. The ionizing and the non-ionizing radiation. I'm sure that some of our teachers here definitely know this subject very well. We always visit the hospitals due to one or other reason. There is a huge disaster taking place in the hospitals, but we don't know. We go for the X-ray, we go for the ultrasound, we go for the CT scan, we go for the MRI, we go for the radiotherapy, we go for the chemotherapy. What is it? This is the use of the radiation. This is the use of the radiation on the human body. Now the thing is that on one side these radiations they give relief to the patient. But on the other side, they bring lot of disasters to not only to the patient, but also to the attendant who is accompanying the patient. I will tell you few examples. When we go to the hospitals, if I am a patient, I have to go to the X-ray. The first thing that we see, in fact, it's not only the question about Kashmir. It is a question in the whole country. If we see that how much radiations we are absorbing normally, there is always a limit. I am not going to discuss the physics part of it. There is always a limit up to which we can absorb some radiations. After that we can't. Then it becomes dangerous. In fact, the blood cancer has one of the cause of that radiations. So we don't know. The thing is that we don't teach this. Not even, I am not talking about the university. Even I am sure that we don't talk this subject at the school level.
We will have to think critically. The role of teacher has changed now. अब हमें सिर्फ सिलेबस कंप्लीट नहीं करना है. If you go, अगर आप गूगल बाबा पे जाएंगे, आप सर्च करेंगे कुछ भी आज ऑनलाइन कोर्सेज कितने होते हैं, क्या क्या नहीं है, कोई भी सब्जेक्ट देखो. लेकिन नाउ व्हाट इज योर रोल? यू हैव टू बी फ्रेंड्स, you have to be guardians, you have to be companions, and you have to be helpers, you have to be counselors. And at the same time, if we become source of these incidents, these disasters, that's very shame on us. We have to think critically, we have to think positively, and we have to analyze the things. We have to give an atmosphere in our schools. जैसे शरीफ साहब कहते हैं, peace education. For me, peace is if my child goes to school with a happy mood and comes out of the school then with a happy mood. That is peace for me. And for a fighter in Afghanistan, peace is, he says, I am at peace only when I am at war. And for a Gurez person, peace will be different. To get warmth in the winter and to get the path connected to other parts of the world throughout. Yeah. So it has different meanings and it has different standards.
I would like to seize this opportunity to throw some light on the major achievements and aims of the program, going through the 5 days plan and various topics you have gone through. Disasters, whether natural or human induced, often have a significant and lasting impact on the communities, with children being among the most vulnerable. In such times, school and educational institutions serve as more than just a place of learning. They become safe spaces that can offer support and stability to affected communities. The primary objective of the program is to ensure that education continues uninterrupted during this time of emergencies. This training will be helpful in creating safe and supportive environment, including child-friendly spaces, whether children can continue learning during that time of disasters, any kind of disasters. An important aspect of this initiative is the hands-on experience. No single department can handle the complexities of the disasters alone. This program underscores the importance of the collaboration with the various departments at the time of disasters. Not at the time of disasters only, at the time of planning. Last but not the least, this program aims to create network of trained professionals who can serve as a source of person in their own department and communities. By preparing participants to become trainers, the program ensures that the knowledge and skill gained through such programs will have a larger effect on the larger communities. I will like to highlight few points, like Mr. Mintu Debanath, they have already suggested that we should conduct such programs, some practical programs. So we are always open for such programs, for practical programs. Anytime, any kind of help, any kind of program we can develop with the University of Kashmir, as we have already doing such programs. We have recently gone through 3 days program in the community outreach program, and the program was very successful. But the importance is that we should come out, and I am always at your disposal, ma'am. You can invite me anytime and we can go for the practical program. Thank you very much.
As we all know that why children is important, because we all in my session also I share that it is very important that you teacher are the first person in their life who start building their vision in their life. So I personally believe इस देश में अगर सबसे बड़ा फ्रंट लाइन रिस्पॉन्डर है डिजास्टर में वो टीचर है. दैट्स आई बिलीव बाय पर्सनली फॉर लास्ट 20 years I have seen that thousands of teachers saves millions of children in this country during the disaster and crisis. So school safety, disaster in school, I think it's a day-to-day affairs of education system. So my request would be specially either to adopt or develop an SOP. Maybe state government already has done many things, but a very standard operating procedure which can be adopted in the schools. That is the second thing with which Dr. Raka is saying, that every school should have a school disaster management plan or school safety plan. Along with that, once you have the SOP, I think that makes your day-to-day life practice. Disaster management is only two things, I believe. A, it's a change of mindset. It's don't need any single penny additionally. Normally whenever we talk about disaster management, people say, अच्छा disaster management है तो इसीलिए बहुत सारे पैसे ज़रूरत है, because you need to do mitigation. No, it's not. The reality is that it's all about the how you want to see the things. In one of our colleagues has presented in their presentation that it's simple way the electricity wiring has been managed in that building could have been managed in a different way with the same 100 rupees money. So it's about the mindset changing. I also request that school should have a school code of conduct, a very signed, valid school code of conduct in every school. One of our group was recommending especially to that the model school which we have visited. One of the learning was that